a photograph unexpectedly captured a Martian creature. Why do some believe that humans could be descendants of Martians? What secrets has NASA been hiding from humanity all this time? Hello everyone, welcome to the World in 10 Minutes series. Today, let's talk about the possibility of life on Mars. Before we begin, I'd like to ask you a question. If you stood on the surface of Mars and looked up, what color do you think the sky would be? Some people might say, I've seen pictures of Mars before. The sky looks reddish-brown. Most of these images were released by NASA. However, keen-eyed observers have uncovered a lot of evidence suggesting another possibility. The sky on Mars might actually be blue, just like on Earth. This raises an interesting question. If Mars does have a blue sky, then it's highly possible that it has life, or at least had life in the past. Some believe that NASA intentionally alters the colors in its photos before releasing them. If that's true, then NASA must be hiding something about Mars that they don't want humanity to know. Many Mars enthusiasts around the world strongly believe that NASA is deliberately covering up the truth about life on Mars. But is there any real evidence to support this theory? Actually, yes. In 1996, NASA made an announcement claiming they had discovered a meteorite from Mars, named Allen Hills 84001. The name likely came from the location where it was found. When NASA scientists examined it under a high-resolution electron microscope, they discovered something shocking. 25% of its crystal structure was made up of bacteria. This doesn't make sense. Bacteria cannot survive in space. As we know, space is a vacuum, making it impossible for life to exist naturally there. So, if these bacteria didn't originate in space, could they have contaminated the meteorite after it entered Earth's atmosphere? That's also highly unlikely. When a meteorite enters the atmosphere, its tremendous speed causes intense friction with the air, generating extreme heat and burning up the surface. A high-speed burning meteorite would not allow bacteria to attach to it after landing. This means that the bacteria must have already existed on Mars before the meteorite was ejected from the planet. This directly suggests that Mars once had bacterial life. And if bacteria once existed on Mars, then other forms of life could have existed as well. Aside from this meteorite, there are also a few photographs that have been widely considered as evidence of life on Mars. Let's take a look at the first one. The face on Mars. This is a very famous image. It was taken in 1976 by NASA's Viking 1 orbiter. When the photo was enlarged, it revealed a rock formation that looks strikingly like a human face. And objectively speaking, this isn't an exaggeration at all. If you look closely, the eyes and nose are clearly defined, and you can even vaguely make out some hair-like features. Some American internet users even joked that this face on Mars looks exactly like a young Elvis Presley. Based on estimates, the length of this face is about 1.5 kilometers. If such a massive human-like face really exists on Mars, what was it meant for? Is it a gigantic statue? Or do Martians naturally grow to such enormous sizes? Let's take a look at another strange finding. In 2014, the Curiosity rover captured another photo of Martian rocks. At first glance, the image doesn't seem unusual, but look closely at this part. One of the rocks strongly resembles a human thigh bone. While many scientists insist that this so-called thigh bone is merely a rock that has been weathered and eroded by water, many Mars enthusiasts firmly believe that this is evidence of Martian skeletal remains. And then there's this photo, also taken by a Mars rover. Unlike the others, this one is particularly unusual. It seems to show a tornado-like structure, but if you analyze it carefully, the movement doesn't appear to be rotating. Instead, it looks like something is being sprayed upward from underground. This excited Mars enthusiasts worldwide. There's a large community of people who strongly believe that Mars once had, or still has, an underground civilization. They argue that this explains why all the photos sent back from Mars show only a barren landscape, because all life exists beneath the surface. According to this theory, what we see in the photo isn't a tornado at all, but rather waste being expelled from a subterranean Martian city. They speculate that if an advanced civilization lived underground, it would require an air circulation system which might vent air to the surface through these openings. This image, they claim, could have captured the exact moment when air was being expelled. And there's more. Beyond these examples, many other unexplained findings exist, such as a mysterious object resembling a statue of a woman, metallic debris that looks like remnants from an ancient war, visible traces of ancient riverbeds and channels, ice formations discovered at Mars's poles, 2% water content detected in Martian soil. From a scientific perspective, the presence of water is a major breakthrough in the search for life. After all, water is the source of life. On Earth, where there is water, life is found. Could Mars become the second Earth? The concept of colonizing Mars has been around for a long time. On Earth, the acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meters per second squared. On Mars, it's only 3.72 meters per second squared, much weaker than Earth's gravity. The main reason for this difference is that Mars has only 18% of Earth's mass. With lower mass comes weaker gravity. By calculation, Mars's gravity is about 1/2 of 2.6 that of Earth. What does this mean? If you can jump 50 centimeters on Earth, then on Mars, you could jump 1.3 meters, 2.6 times higher. So, in terms of gravity, Mars is a place where humans could potentially survive. Next, let's look at time. A day on Mars, one full rotation, is actually very close to Earth's 24 hours and 37 minutes. If we were to live on Mars, our workdays might have to be extended by 30 minutes. Now, let's talk about distance. The distance between Earth and Mars is about 55 million kilometers. To reach Mars, it would take almost 6 months of space travel, and that's only after launching on a rocket, breaking through the atmosphere, and reaching the first and second cosmic velocities. In terms of human lifespan, this travel time is still manageable. So far, the conditions, gravity, time, and distance suggest that Mars is within reach. But now, let's talk about the challenges. First, wind speed. While Martian winds aren't as extreme as Jupiter's, they can still reach speeds of 180 meters per second, the equivalent of a Category 17 hurricane on Earth. With Mars's lower gravity, humans would be as light as leaves, easily swept up into the sky. Beyond these insane wind speeds, the bigger problem is temperature. The average surface temperature on Mars is around minus 60 degrees Celsius, which is 35 degrees Celsius colder than Antarctica. If humans want to survive on Mars, we must first figure out how to combat the extreme cold. Otherwise, survival would be impossible. Now, considering the theory that Mars might already have life, if life does exist on Mars, it must be far more advanced than us. Many sci-fi movies have explored this idea, including John Carter, Mission to Mars, The Martian. If you're interested, check them out. They often portray Martian life as vastly superior to humans. But if so much evidence suggests Mars might have life, why does NASA keep denying it? One of the biggest reasons might be technological secrecy. By hiding the truth, advanced nations can develop their technology in secret. It's like in gaming, playing it safe and leveling up quietly. For the US, this strategy isn't new. Many believe that much of America's military technology comes from studying extraterrestrial encounters, especially the infamous Area 51. It's rumored that whenever a UFO incident occurs in the US, all relevant evidence is immediately transported to Area 51 for analysis of alien aircraft and technology, while the truth is hidden from the public. Think about the Men in Black movies. The memory-erasing device is just a sci-fi interpretation of what some believe happens in real life. If the US were to fully understand Mars first, they could complete interplanetary migration before anyone else. This would allow them to claim Mars resources for themselves. From this perspective, it makes sense that NASA would continue to say, "There's nothing on Mars, don't bother going," while secretly conducting research behind closed doors. But don't worry. China's Zhurong rover successfully landed on Mars on May 15, 2021, at 7:18 a.m. in the southern part of Utopia Planitia. With China's advancements in space exploration, the mysteries of Mars may soon be revealed. As for me, I firmly believe that UFOs, aliens, and extraterrestrial sightings may very well be from within our own solar system, perhaps from Mars, Mercury, or Jupiter, not some distant galaxy. I strongly believe that life exists on Mars. Perhaps they're a highly advanced underground civilization, or maybe they've disguised themselves as talented singers, and are already blending into our entertainment industry.